perfect translation in several Indian languages extending to more than 6.5 crores. So these many words can be utilized. So what is required for the LLM can be generated by the Sanskrit construct once you have the purport of the entire thing. So you are having the entire vocabulary at your on your fingertips so that you can further develop. And this is the Pada Shastra that I am talking about. The second one would be the Vakya Shastra. Getting the meaning of the word is not important and not sufficient actually. Once you put it in the right perspective, then only you know what exactly is meant by that. For example, in the English language, we have got one word called set, S-E-T, set. And the linguists say that it has 127 derivative meanings. One word set, in tennis it means something, in hotel it means something, and in technology it means something. So they have got derivative meanings. So we have to put them into right perspective. So that is the second one, Vakya Shastra. The third one is Pramana Shastra, which we call as Tarka Shastra. So the way you analyze each of these words with the help of various constraints and conditions, that is dealt by the Pramana Shastra. So therefore, the LLM model and artificial intelligence can be perfectly leveraged to understand. So therefore, the Anuvada would be complete. I will just give you the contextual interpretation for one example. Yeah. What you see, it's a horn. What you see is a flame. Shrunga means a horn in the context of cattle. But when you talk about Chatvari Shrunga Trayo Askapadaha, there the context is actually the flame. But when you take the Vishesha Artha, here the Chatvari Shrunga is nothing but Shrunga also stands for Veda. So when our Balasudhakara Shastri was talking about how to interpret the Veda, it is very simple to say this, but once Ramagopala Rao wants to introduce a course on this, it has to be codified. How do you do this? Do you do this by intuition, or do you do this by trial and error method? How exactly are you going to derive on this particular topic? And Mantra Shastra says the same thing about something. And Agni, the way the word is generated, there are 12 types of derivative meanings which are given in the Nirukta Shastra. So which one are you going to take? And how are they applicable to the current context? So that contextual interpretation and references, this is where we are going to make much of the progress with the deployment of the right technology and right designation. And next one is the commercial potential of these Swadharma services. They are immense, and it runs into billions of dollars, because we always talk about the Christian donations that are flowing into this country, but actually we don't realize the power of the economy, which is based on the dharmic section, the religious activities of, because most of them have some sort of religious association or some dharmic roots. So if we just leverage on these things, it would always be profitable, because we are in the startup country right now, and there will be multiple options available, and there is very little competition. That's the key point here. So how do we start? If you need a simple service, you don't know who is an authentic person, who is an authorized, perfectly trained person, you don't know whom to ask, whom to call. So that's one thing. So the list of authorized, qualified persons, so providing the directory is the first stage. So we can say that if you want to run a temple, you say that, okay, Archaka, one who does the puja, Pachaka, who actually prepares the food. And the third one is managers, who will manage those enterprises, and the staff, the teachers for your schools, especially the Veda Pathashalas, Archaka training programs, and the caretakers. These are all some of the important aspects. And the next one is, if you need many articles in the society and in the metros especially, it's very difficult to get all the materials that are required to for that particular event. So therefore, the supplies of these materials as a kit, that would be a wonderful some sort of say Amazon kit or something. The e-commerce potential is definitely there, whereby even the practitioners would also get. And the second one is the ERP solutions that are required for various organizations to thrive. How many are available? We have got just one or two which are also not fully meeting the requirements. So this is something we can have the how to found an institution, how to found a temple, how to found an organization, and how to construct a building, and what are the running operations, what are the assets that are maintained, and how are the accumulations happening, and how do we manage the staff. So this is one aspect. The next one would be the CRM. That's even more important. You have got several devotees who are being the contributors, the founding members. They are hardly acknowledged by these services. So the continuous engagement, that is a business proposition that can be extended to this area as well. The next one is knowledge spread. So the video technology that we have, that can live translate or transcribe the texts. If you have the beautiful talks on various aspects, especially regarding the dharma, we don't have an effective technology to provide the transcription services. So the Kacha version, the abstract version is provided by YouTube, but that does not cover everything. So there some innovation can be definitely made. The next one is the webinars. We have got the TV channels leading most of the efforts in conducting several debates. So the webinars that could be telecast from various stakeholders by having meaningful debates. And the next one is even more important, that is defining the standards. The materials that you are using for various pujas, they don't have a specific standard. And most of you might have heard about the sandal powder that is available in the market. Is there at least a gram of sandalwood in that? No, just the color. And the sindoor that is available in the market, that is actually oxidized lead powder, which is highly carcinogenic. And most of the Hanuman devotees, they said, okay, you have to apply out on this thing. And we don't know the after effects of it. And there is no standards that are actually defined. So therefore, the definition of material sciences, especially in taking each of these products and giving the minimum standards of each of them, would be very much required. The next one is standardizing the services that are available, and the last one would be the recommendation for users. The certification from manufacturers such as BIS, FSSA. Similarly, for all the dharmic products, we can have such as the Arshadhatu or some other Bharjiviti. Okay, we have analyzed these products and they conform to the standards given by the Shastras, and they are safe. All humans can use them for topical use or something. So such sort of certification would be very much required. And the certifications for the service providers is also very much required, so that we have a minimum standard. And the next one is the application of AI for simply three things. If you have a question, okay, we can answer these questions by getting the networked institutions and various scholars who are catering to that particular question. We can have the information which is summed up on a particular page. And if you need any service, okay, we can provide that. And if you need any material or kit for any of these events, that can be provided. So that the technology groups and the scientific research groups can put their thoughts together and give something which is relevant to the society in the dharmic sphere. And I urge all of you to think broad, think big, and think biz, but make it affordable for everyone. That's all. Thank you.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to my Startup TV.